Nicholas McConnell, who's the founder of this product, the Brain Organizer, says that all important thoughts and everything that you need for getting stuff done comes down to three things. They are, like goes here.
Questions.
They are
Actions.
And then they are visualizations. Okay? And they don't always happen in that order. Has anyone dissected a frog or anything in biology class?
Yes.
And you know it doesn't look like the picture in the book? It's like all over the place. That's how this stuff is. You know, your questions, actions, it's going all over the place. You know, we just break it into these three things in a training, so you're like, oh, that's what it is. But in real life, you know, these are bouncing back and forth. So we're getting into that framework. So we've got our goal really briefly. So does everyone have a goal that they want to accomplish today? Stuff you want to get done? It can be very brief. Who or what can help you? The resources that you want. Like, who? Can money help me? Can Joe help me? Can, you know, my mom help me? Maybe your mom can help you make your lunch. Save you 15 minutes so you can get that project done. So, you know, that's what I do. You know, I ask my mom every morning, please help me. Okay. So over here we put our what have we put in these boxes, guys?
Keywords that your main thought centers around.
Yeah, the categories, the main parts of the day. So, like John he's getting buff. So one of his things was his body. My body goes in that spot. You know, Heather's getting rich. So one of her things was money and sales. One of those boxes. Okay. Anyone here getting it on? Maybe girlfriend goes in there. You know. So those are the main topics. And then the questions, we delved into this question trigger list, and what did those questions tell us, Tatiana?
Questions tell us what we are supposed to do.
Yeah.
Brainstorm.
Yes. Questions are like brainstorming. These questions here are who, what's the difference, all these questions. These are what a consultant would ask you. This is what we would go through. You were like, oh, I need this project done. I gotta do this, and you know, will you help me? I would sit down with you and I would just ask you those questions. So now you have the power to go and sit down yourself, ask yourself those questions. So you might look at body. So just in random order, whatever order, it's like, what can I work on today to make my arms stronger? What new technique can I learn? How do I do a certain type of bench press? How do I get to the next level? Who can help me? All these things, these are just triggered just by looking at this list. They just pop up in just random stream of consciousness, and that's what this is about. There's no right or wrong answer. They don't have to be sentences or anything. Just get it out. And so next, what we do is we make actions. Actions are the things that you do to get you closer to what? To your goal. So my goal today for my body is to, you know, move the day forward, and my body is, you know, to get buff. So my action is going to be meet somebody that knows how to lift weights that can show me, you know, how to lift them. Or what's another one? How can we help John's body today? Everybody, give me some ideas. What can we do to John's body?
Make him run.
Make him run. Okay, good. We can do that. Let's use this action trigger list. We can draw and design his perfect body right now, so we can visualize it. We can delegate.
We can explain.
We can explain. We could fix. We could what?
Plan.
Yes, we could plan. We could plan what is he going to do. We could fix, repair, and mend him. We could do all sorts. We could research. We could sell him. We could, who knows? So these things are what trigger our actions. So we're moving forward. So we're not getting stuck. We're not getting stuck. We're going back to the basics whenever we are like, what do we have to do today? You know, I'm working on this project. This is where I'm at. What's the next step? There's no more hanging and just, no, you should really just at that point take a break or go and read your action trigger list. No reason for anyone to get stuck. Because what are we doing? We're reusing thinking. So go ahead and take a few minutes to write some actions that you can do to move your day forward. We're going to move on to the next section here, which is visualizations. This is where we picture what the end goal looks like, or we trigger our thinking. I'll give you some examples of some of my visualizations. You get to see some of the things that I think. Get ready. Not going to be pretty. That's one of the cool ones. I use colors a lot. Colors are really helpful. You can use colors on both sides of the mindset. Here's a good one. It works for me. Yesterday, maybe it was 2 days ago, I drew this one. This new product. Hide this from the video camera. So all you viewers on YouTube don't know what we're working on. This is probably my greatest drawing that I've ever done.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. So, why don't you guys take a moment and draw. I got some colored pencils, not nearly enough for everyone, so I'll just give it to my favorite person. I'll give you all a new color. And I want these back by the way you're done. So you can draw freehand. You can use these triggers just like we use the same triggers for the actions and the questions. That little black thing, those are triggers to trigger your visualization. If you're really like a left brain analytical thinker and like everything has to make sense to you, these can be very helpful because they'll just give you things to just go and just do, just try. People who are really like creative, whatever, I find don't necessarily need these triggers as much because they're already thinking visualization-wise. So find a spot that works for you. And remember, the right brain doesn't really make sense in the way the left brain does. So if you find yourself writing all sorts of crazy stuff, it's okay. If you're one of those priority people and you can stick to your priorities, you can also use it to like stick numbers in there to like order things like, okay, this goes here, this goes there. If you're using it for like engineering, they have infinite uses as connectors. You could also, because the topic is reusable thought, you could also, wow, I guess it's done. It's like, oh, your time's up. What you could also do is you could stick numbers in those same boxes, and you could reference that. So let's say one of your questions is, how do I get here, right? And so you might have like one topic, might be, great body today, or the other one is get to the next level of sales today. Sales might be a topic, and then a relationship may be a topic, or whatever you want today. Most of them will be projects you're working on. So you could say one of your questions is how do I get here? You could label that number one, and then you could just insert it into the other one, so you don't have to keep writing that stuff. You can reference it. So that little compartment means that you can pick stuff up, duplicate. It's what is known in programming. Has anyone heard of object-oriented programming? Yeah? That means like where you create objects, you can copy and paste and reference them. So it's like web pages. It's like the Wikipedia page about Brad Pitt says this. So if you want to quote that Wikipedia page on your blog, you can just link to it. You don't have to repaste the whole page about Brad Pitt, because that would make anyone sick to see that place. You can just link it. Sorry, Brad. I know you're not watching this, so. So another thing that you'll notice if you continue to use this framework is if you finish what you're doing and you go to take a break or whatever, what happens is you will get out of that mindset into another mindset. So how do you get back into what you were working on before? Has anyone found that that's kind of a pain? I was on a roll. What happened? I went and got coffee, and then like someone called me and gave me bad news, and it was like the whole day was shot. So how do I get back into that? It's a very useful tool because it enables you to see what's going on all at once. So you can reuse that mindset, jump right back in. And that becomes way more important for these projects that are really big. In fact, the structure allows you to make the same mindset across multiple pages. So you're working on the same project. And let's say over here you have a new project, make a new page, and then you can go back to the other project. You can use these numbers to say, okay, these are all on project number 3, so you can fill in all the ones about project number 3. And let's say over here, okay, we got interrupted. We had to work on project number 19, so we filled that one. And then over here, we filled in project 3 again, 3. So you can go through, go back. What happens is over time, you build a little collection like this. It's my collection. And you can then look back and see where your whole life was. I can go back, and this is only something you can experience for yourself. You will, if you start tracking your progress in a notebook, look back and you can retrace and remember your entire month. And it feels weird looking at it, because it feels weird looking at the first of the month, because it's here today. A lot of the things that are written down in the first, that mindset, have actually come true. And it's like, wow, was it there the whole time? And it feels like it was there the whole time, but it wasn't at first. And that's the power of writing stuff down. The power of reusing your thoughts. All right, I gotta get back to work. So thanks for coming.
Nice.
There's water right here. And that